Welcome to another episode of The Discussion. I am the bad guy, CJ Dove.
And everyone knows I'm the good guy, E. Dale.
Good guy, E. Dale.
The good guy, E. Dale. Everyone knows this.
I don't think everyone
You
knows
can't
this.
find one person that would disagree.
I beg to differ.
I'm just saying,
I know one person who would definitely disagree.
Well, look, you don't count. You don't count. You sitting here with outside of you.
If you're counting me, I know two people that would definitely disagree.
I beg to differ. I think they just
if
saying
I was to ask this question to, let's just say, one Dominique Beckham, how do you think he would feel about that?
You know what? He don't count either. He's like, oh, he might as well be here, but he's not here. So he don't count.
And being that I got you on the hot seat.
What?
Because, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm a perfectionist.
Right.
Which is a bit of a gift and a curse at times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we both kind of threw out some information last episode that wasn't true.
We did?
First of all,
what was it? You know, I can stand the correctness now.
Okay, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Hubert Davis on becoming
I seen that.
the next head coach at the University of North Carolina. And the mistake that was made was in reference to that particular conversation.
Okay.
Where you actually kind of threw it out there that, you know, Stackhouse and Rasheed Wallace and Vince Carter and all of these big names, NBA names, played under the tutelage of Roy Williams when that, in fact, was not.
Yeah, they played. They're right. You're right.
They didn't play under
Roy. They played under Dean.
Roy Williams' era was kind of like, I think his first group was like Tyler Hansborough and them dudes.
Did Antoine Jameson play under Roy?
I don't think so.
He didn't. He played under Dean too. Okay. All right.
It was everybody after. I think those dudes played under Matt Doherty.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Probably did. I know. Okay.
I'm trying to remember the coaching line after Dean Smith. The only one I remember right off the top of the head. I know Matt Doherty was a coach at one point.
He stayed there about 4 years. Didn't he? How many years did he stay?
It wasn't too long. He didn't stay too long.
Okay.
Maybe. He maybe had to.
I can stand to be corrected when I'm wrong. So I appreciate that.
Well, we both were wrong. You know what I mean?
Well,
we both were wrong.
A double whammy on the show?
Double whammy on the show. First of all, we want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the comment section.
Yes,
we
indeed.
See you guys. Shout out to my main man, AB, Al B, D Block, Meek Wells. What's going on?
What up?
Hope y'all having a wonderful day. It's a lovely day outside.
Yes, indeed.
And I hope everybody is able to enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
Spend time with your family. You know?
Yeah, because we got a heck of a show today, bro.
Because when I start thinking about, when the weather start getting nice, I just get this warm feeling. It ain't from the sun. It's
what?
Yeah, I just want to be hanging out with my people, man. You know what I mean?
Right. What you saying? The feeling coming from the streets? It's hot out here?
It's hot out there in them streets, man.
Okay.
Streets, man.
All right, baby. Well, I ain't in them no more, so I'm...
Hey, man. If you out there, you still in them streets. It's hot. You know, ain't nothing changed. We used to have a saying back in the days, like the summer brings the drama.
Mm-hmm.
The summer brings the drama. So, with that being said, man,
yes, indeed.
Yo, be safe out there because they pulling these guns quicker as these years. These summers go by. You look at somebody sideways, you might get your TV turned off.
Man, I'm a grown man. I got to look away. So look, man, what you got for us today on the classic, bro? I mean, because you know, it's about that time. And we short one day, so you know we got to have a banging classic today.
Today's classic, I chose DMX. It's dark and hell is hot.
Woo, because the dog's outside.
And
dog.
You know, first of all, we want to send our
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
For DMX, who's at the present time, as far as I know, continues to fight for his life.
Man, that's tough.
Let's focus on the album right now before we get into the condition.
Okay.
Where were you the first time you heard
Woo!
DMX?
Man, wow. When heard DMX. Ooh, what was that around? Was it 96?
Nah.
94 was it?
DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot was probably 98, 99. It was late 90s.
Okay, it was late 90s. I think
97 at the earliest.
I tell you when it came out. I can tell you when it came out because I'm gonna tell you where I was. I was riding with my cousin B.I., Byron Williams, and we used to play that all the time. And it was about 98, 99. And the one thing I loved about this album, it used to be crazy because 1 minute X will be just praying, and the next minute he'll be stabbing you up. You know what I mean? Hit you with the 9-piece.
It was actually 1998.
98.
1998.
I knew it was around that time, 98, 99. So. Yeah, because I remember riding in the car in the Regal listening to that. I used to love it.
I remember DMX had a single out a couple of years before that. And that was my kind of introduction to him.
Right.
But as far as like, the first song, it was the Get At Me Dog.
Yeah.
I had a mixtape. I want to say it was DJ Clue. A Clue mixtape was the first time where I heard that record.
That Summertime Shootout.
And I actually thought it was, as soon as I heard it. Now, if you're a real hip-hop historian, like myself, you would know that beat was actually an EPMD beat that was done.
I'm not a historian.
Yeah, you are. You just not, that one you just might not do the answer to.
Listen, but the beat was crazy.
The beat was crazy, but as soon as I heard the beat, that was my first thought. Was like, okay, somebody, you know what I'm saying, he get busy over this,
right,
this EPMD. But at the same time, I knew what he did to it right away. I knew that was gonna be a mixtape favorite.
Man.
And it certainly became like one of the hottest songs. Actually, that was
the
record that kind of put him at a different level. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
When people started paying him attention, it was really after Get At Me Dog.
Listen, because I didn't know him before then. Before that song, Get At Me Dog.
And then after that, it was, the Rough Riders anthem kind of like took it all the way.
Man.
But Get At Me Dog, and I think the B-side of that, I had that single.
Right.
Stop Being Greedy was on the other
Keep
side.
it real, partner.
And that was like one of my favorite DMX records.
So which one you hitting us off with today, though? What we got today? Which one of these joints are you firing off?
Oh man, he got a lot of joints on this album that are
classic
worthy.
album.
But believe it or not, you know what my favorite song is on this album?
What's that?
How It's Going Down.
I was going down.
And I know that's a chick record.
I want to hear it.
I know that's a chick record, but it was something about that record. I just like the beat. I like the way he wrote it.
You thought you was finna spit game like X that day when you heard it.
I did.
You walked outside like, hey, yo, shorty, let me bark at you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I did that.
Right.
That. So, like I said, we're going to send our love and our prayers up to DMX.
Shout out to the X, man.
Hope he pulls through this.
Right.
Definitely a legend, icon.
Man, X was that dude. X did that, man.
X definitely, he came along at a time where, hip hop was kind of trying to find its footing.
Right.
After the deaths of Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur, you started to see a shift in the soundscape of it all.
Right.
Now, me personally, I was not a huge fan of that sound. Initially, I didn't like Swiss Beats as a producer.
Yeah, really?
Because
that's shocking to hear from you, though.
You think so?
That is. If you told anybody that, if anybody else heard that, it was shocking to them.
No, let me. What it was is, you got to understand. It was, to me, hip hop was starting to. I don't want to use the term dumb itself down, but as far as production goes, right? You saw a shift in the type of technology that was being used. Swiss Beats kind of was like what we would call a keyboard producer, like where he kind of historically the SP1200, MPCs, and things like that, Roland, TR-808, stuff like that. Those were the weapons of choice for producers prior to the late 90s. when you get to the late 90s, you started to see the production change, where it became, there's one thing Swiss Beats did that used to really hurt my nerves. He had this
that's shocking to hear from you, man.
Scratch that he used to use.
Why you didn't like that?
It was just irritating. Like, it was so... Now, you know, there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying all Swiss Beats beats were whack. Some of them actually sounded pretty good.
I think for every producer.
But the technique that he used at that time was, to me, it was something that was very simple, something that was, you know, as somebody who was into that, I didn't respect him as a producer. I don't expect you to agree with that. A lot of people.
Well, you know I'm not going to agree, but I'm just saying I loved him, and I respect how you see it, how you feel about it. I don't make beats.
It was really repetitious. Like, if you really pay attention to it, like, take a song like the Lock song, Wild Out. Wild Out, you know what I mean?
He had his own.
Wild Out sounds kind of like Jigga. It
did.
Like,
a little bit.
That's the stuff that Swiss Beats did that used to irk me.
You didn't want it to sound like, you didn't want that particular production to sound like that one, that Jigga, the way that sounded. That's what you're talking about. That
it just didn't.
I loved it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's what makes us all individuals.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, our opinions, and you know, it is what it is. There's
so
no
look,
right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong in this thing. But look, let me ask you. Actually, I disagree with that, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Disagree with what?
There's no.
There is no right or wrong when it comes to opinion.
Well, okay, all right. Then since you put it like that,
you know what I'm saying?
But there is a right and a wrong way to love somebody. All right, look, let's get into this topics, man. Look.
And yo, first, before we move any further, I want to give a special shout out to my main man Dominic Beckton. Before you enter into the room, I just want you to know that I had to defend your. You
don't have to explain nothing to him. But look, you got your partner. Your partner's in the comments.
Who was that?
DeMont Holiday Styles.
SP the Ghost.
The Ghost is in the building.
Yeah, man. Shout out to SP.
Shout out to the Ghost, man. Welcome home, bro.
Right there.
Welcome home.
So DMX, as you know, DMX suffered a heart attack last.
What's the date?
It was probably Saturday.
Friday
night. It was Friday night. He suffered a heart attack Friday night, and the first reports came out saying he was in critical condition and on life support. As far as I know, from the things that I've read and seen, that's still to be the case. Very little brain activity.
Right.
Which leads us to the latest actual news, other than rappers and the family having prayers outside of the hospital. I read a report that said that they're trying to find the person who sold him the drugs and charge that person.
But that's what they do now. That's what they do now. I mean, look, what was the drug? Did they specify what? Did they say what drug it was?
From what one report I read said it was crack cocaine, and one of the. I put out a blast the other day where I was seeing reports that it was foul play involved.
I seen that. I seen a report that said that as well.
And the foul play is now. This is just the source that I got this information from.
Right. Is
a source that I will say I don't trust completely, but I have seen this multiple times, so it must be some validity to it. That there have been several deaths in that area where DMX was of people dying from drug overdoses.
Oh man, come on.
So it's bigger than DMX and just a simple overdose. So when they say foul play, they're saying that somebody, whoever he copped that from,
did it to him on purpose.
Well, either did it to him on purpose or cooked up wrong and said that I'm not going to get rid of this. I'd rather take your money and take my chances on if you live or die. You dig what I'm saying?
Right, that's crazy, man.
So how you feel about that?
it's a sad thing, man. It's a sad day if that is true, if it was foul play. But, I mean, these things are not uncommon. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't see these things or know of these things happening. But, I mean, as far as hip-hop is concerned, I just think that, to lose DMX and hip-hop, man, we're losing an icon. We hope he pulled through. And if foul play was involved, yeah, we should go after the perpetrator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, people grown, they got a right to do what they want to do, but don't sell the man a dub. You know what I mean? Don't do him like that. You know what I'm saying? Or go around, you know what I mean, selling things like this or selling stuff that could possibly affect other people, especially children.
And I've seen, and this is something, like you said, that's not uncommon. I can remember, in my lifetime, I probably lost or know people, maybe close to 10 people who were either severely affected from using bad drugs or died or lost their life. So that's something that, like you said, that it's not uncommon for this to happen.
Right.
I think the fact of the magnitude of the person who actually took these drugs, who happens to be a hip hop icon, really makes it bad for the person who sold them those
it
drugs.
Does. Yeah.
And
it's just bad all the way around. You know what I'm saying? You got one guy in the hospital, you got one over here that's probably gonna end up in jail or possibly worse. You know, if the right person may say, you know what I mean, may feel some type of way. I don't know, but these things right here are just bad all the way around. I don't want to lose DMX, especially hip hop, but you know, his music, it was profound, and his voice will always be here.
Absolutely. He kind of took the mantle. I know back in the days, man, a lot of people, Ja Rule got a lot of comparisons to Tupac and
right.
things of that nature. But if I had to choose a person, something going on in the comments. But who said it?
I can't stand this guy, Dominique, man.
There you go. Shout out to Dominique.
He said, nobody make you smoke. That's true.
That is a fact.
That's true.
That is a fact.
That's true. But I just don't like, I don't like the fact that somebody, if knowingly, knowingly sell somebody something bad.
And that's an interesting story in itself. DMX has been on the record several times talking about how he ended up using those types of drugs and how he kind of got tricked into
at 15,
and he became an addict.
Right.
So there are several different ways to look at this. Anytime you engage in those types of things, which I can honestly say that I personally was extremely blessed. I can't even begin to tell you how many times, especially at a very young age, that I probably smoked weed with people at based off of I trusted them as a person, when in all actuality, it could have been worse. I could have easily been in DMX's shoes if I was dealing with somebody that wasn't trustworthy. And I'm pretty sure, if I really think about it hard enough, I probably smoked weed with somebody who was not trustworthy at a young age. You know, if you kind of look at, how people's lives turn up and stuff like that, I definitely was in circles with people that I would not trust to roll my drugs. But I smoked, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I smoked with them back in the days. And even had a terrible experience one time.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, drugs is sometimes you just don't know what you get.
Exactly. I remember smoking Love Boat one time, but we thought it was weed.
What? Oh, man. Damn.
Which it is weed, but from my understanding, it's a bomb fluid.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
Now, once again, like I said, we didn't know the difference, and the person who smoked it with us did not tell us that's what we were doing. But through the grace of God, I didn't have a heart attack, and I didn't lose my mind.
Right.
I kind of laugh about it now. That's why Friday was kind of so funny to me. You remember when Smokey had the twitch? I kind of remember, having something of that.
Hold up. You had the twitch, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hold up. Let me ask you this. You didn't wake up in a chicken coop or nothing?
No, I didn't wake up in a chicken coop, but I did go to the emergency room. And they said the only cure for it was it just gotta roll out of your system. Like you just gotta go through the phases.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. My mother took me to the hospital, man, and
she should have beat you upside your head.
Well, she didn't want to take me to the. I told her I had to come clean because I wasn't feeling right. It felt. I was. My whole body was numb. It was very uncomfortable. So I'm kind of like, you know what I mean, like really.
Boy, you look like a cold junkie out there.
Cold junkie. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad I didn't see you that night, CJ. I would have been like, yo, you look like a cold junkie, bro.
And so my mother took me to the emergency room, and I remember being in there, you know, already feeling off, and they basically was like, yo, it ain't really nothing we can do. Like, it just got to process out of your system. And,
did you stop smoking after that?
Yes, I did. And a lot of people, I haven't told many people that story, but that was really the one that kind of made me look at that a little bit different. Yeah. So even after that, when I have smoked,
right,
it was kind of like I was very cautious about who I was doing that with. And if I ain't see you roll up, then it's like, no thank you. Like, right. You know what I mean? Right. But though, that was at a young age. So I say all that to say any one of us at some point in our life, you know, we could have been in the same boat with DMX. Already. Because we all rolled the dice a couple times on certain things.
Yeah.
But we just came out of it all right.
Thank God. You catch us every Tuesday, every Thursday, right here live, man. Look, we on Spotify, we on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Tumblr. We everywhere, man. iHeartRadio. Look, come check us out, man. Follow us, hit the like button, hit the download, hit the share, subscribe, and don't forget to donate to the show. $1, $2, 50 cents, whatever you got, we can help upgrade and continue the show and broadcast in all countries. So let's go, man. Run it up. Run the lights up tonight, baby.
So much passion in that. You know what I mean?
Let's get it. The discussion.
See, that's the energy I'm talking about. That's that positive energy that.
If I had those glasses, I would run it up in here.
What glasses?
Those glasses you got on?
You got glasses.
I want to put those on top of these. And I want to run it up. They'll run it up. I bet they'll run the numbers up with the donations and all of that if you let me wear your glasses.
Well, you're going to be having these on next episode because
okay.
Well, then I want the numbers ran up.
All right, man, let's get out of here, man. Look, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for stepping in and watching another discussion podcast, man, with your boy C&E, man.
Till next time, peace.